Hello and welcome to today's lesson from the world's leading experts on confinement, our prison residents. Today I want to share with you the most fundamental, most profound lesson I have learned in prison. Because I find it to be the foundation of our interpersonal relationships that are really being tested during this confinement period. I learned this lesson about a month into my prison tenure. I started going to prison in December 2015, and from the very first week, I was going in 3 times a week. And about a month in, I have the privilege of attending a program called Criminals and Gang Members Anonymous, or CGA. It's a 12-step, based on similar principles as AA, NA, the other ones that we know. And this one focused, of course, around criminal behavior or gang member mentality. And that day, the different members were sharing stories from their past, from their present. And I remember in one of those stories, one resident said 4 words that blew my mind. Hurt people, hurt people. Hurt people, hurt people. So that when I'm hurting another, I'm actually hurting myself. I'm hurting inside. I myself am hurting inside. That's the right way of saying that. The first statement is true too, but that's actually what I want to say. So when I hurt someone else, I myself am also hurting inside. It blew my mind because it was so simple. And it blew my mind also because I instantly recognized the extent of its truth. And because I'm always hyper curious and want to understand things, well, I did what I often do, which is I started experimenting with this. I started looking at, wanted to understand the validity of it and where it held true in my life. So I first started looking at what are the behaviors that I have that hurt other people. And I realized that my most prevalent hurtful behavior is to lash out at people. And so then I started paying attention to what am I feeling and who am I being when I lash out at people. And I realized that I was really hurting inside, sometimes really hurting inside. I don't think I'd ever really connected with how much I was hurting in the moment that I was hurting someone else. Now there's so much more I want to say here, but I'll save it for later. Because right now, I would invite you to experiment with just that. Examine for yourself the possible truth of that statement of hurt people, hurt people. I invite you to take some time, today or longer if needed, to look at what are the behaviors that you're doing that hurt others. It could of course be lashing out, road rage, although we don't really have an opportunity to try that one right now. You know, like, raising your voice at someone, passive-aggressive behavior, little things that we do just because we're aggravated, like switching the channel, the TV channel on someone, or shutting off the lights, or whatever it may be for you. Pay attention to it. It might feel a little vulnerable and uncomfortable, but stick with it. And the next step is start paying attention to when you find yourself having those actions, what are you feeling inside? What's happening within you? And my guess is that you're going to discover something similar that I discovered and that these prison residents discovered, and that arguably most people in recovery have discovered, is that when I hurt, or when I'm hurting other people, I hurt. When I hurt, I'm hurting other people. So experiment with that. Allow yourself to get uncomfortable and discover what you have to discover there. Because the steps that happened for me after that were absolutely life-changing. And that's maybe the journey of the next few days over video. Have a brilliant day.